Hello, mindful friends. Today we're going to be talking about the French expression, qu'est-ce qu'on attend pour être heureux? And this is a lovely expression that they have. It's also in a song of what are we waiting for to be happy? And that's exactly the question we ask in mindfulness. What are we waiting for to be happy? What conditions are we waiting for to be just so that we can be happy? And the things that arrive in our lives for us to finally experience happiness. And I just had the wonderful opportunity to travel back to France for a little vacation. And I had lived there for about 4 years total of my life over in Europe, and there you do kind of look at the comparisons and the differences of what is it that does that little joie de vivre, their joy of life, of living over there, that sometimes maybe us Americans can lack or we're missing. And when I'm kind of in the culture and noticing and talking with them and experiencing how they live, there are definitely some very distinct differences that they do embrace those little things, the little joie de vivre, the little joys of life, and they hold on to them. They work hard to preserve them. And those are like the time that they have in the day to take a break and have a long meal together and have it be, all the 4 different courses, and the time that they spend sitting and having a coffee and just chatting with each other and their presence with one another. But then also the little joys and just the pleasures and quality of life. So when they have like a regional product and they have a law that no other region can make that, so it protects the quality of this product, and that they really prioritize the good products of France. So encouraging people to purchase those and support these local regional products so that they stay of high quality. And then when you get to taste them and you get to experience them, it really is a joy of life, like this beautiful work that somebody did. And maybe they don't get to the giant, expansive production that we might in the United States, but it maintains this level of deliciousness and purity that gives it this joy of experience when you get to experience it. And that they kind of put this into every area of their life, of instead of America always trying to go bigger and larger and have more and do more, they can kind of contain it down and say, well, let's just do this really well, and let's make this experience really nice. And that gives that extra joy to what they're experiencing. And the other part is, like we've all talked about and know, they're really good at taking time off at vacation. I think their minimum is 5 weeks of vacation. And it was really shocking to Will and I this time when we're telling them, we get 10 days of vacation time, and all their eyes get really big and they're like, no way, that's not okay. And so they preserve that quality of life over production and consuming and the quantity of doing into let's live the joy now. Let's take the moments to live life well. And those are the little pieces that I noticed that this is kind of mindful living in France, is that expression, qu'est-ce qu'on attend pour être heureux? What are we waiting for to be happy? And their ability to engage in these little joys of life that sometimes we miss in the United States by wanting more and doing more. But that there's also a balance in it. So if we just want vacation, so we say, they're 5 weeks, like that's wonderful. But if we just want vacation, there's also a lack of balance in that, like the desire to have more of it. And if you're only having fun, you never get to experience the contrast. And so there's no perspective around the joy in those moments of having time off. And also the joy we experience in being productive and being useful. So it also reminded me of that balance in life, which is what Thich Nhat Hanh always teaches in mindfulness, is that we have to have the difficult, the challenges in order to embrace and truly experience and feel the joy and the good. And so as I'm experiencing this French life and their ways of finding happiness, I'm seeing the reflection of mindfulness in a few teachings. Of one, keep it simple. They keep it I guess like how they do the lower quantity for higher quality, and the simplicity of life and the joy that we find in that. So keep things simple. And then the effort to make that quality and engage in the joys of the little moments. So savoring what's there for you instead of grasping onto it, being more extravagant, having more things to do. It's like, no, let's make it less. Let's have less to do in the day and prolong and fully engage with and enjoy the moments that we do have. So the longer cafe, the slower walk, walking to places instead of driving everywhere, taking the time to have a meal sitting down with one another. So they're really engaging in the smaller things and letting them hold their own space. And then, of course, that piece of balance in their lives of take the time off to recuperate, to rest, to enjoy life, so that when we are productive, we can engage more fully in that productivity and be fully present for it, because we've had a balanced pause. We've given ourselves the self-care to take a vacation. And my good friend there was laughing at us. We're like, Americans work too much. And he said, no, you stay at work too long, but you're not actually getting more work done, because nobody can work that many hours and stay well and productive. So they've found this balance in life. And I'm not here, there's imperfections everywhere, but it was just when we go to another country or have a different experience, we can use that reflection on our own lives and say, what are they doing well that maybe we could bring into our lives? And I really got to see that with how does it reflect that mindfulness and bringing that kind of peace and joy into their lives over there? And how could we use that in the States? So I encourage you this week, get a little French into your life. Find the joy in the simplicity. Focus on quality over quantity and consuming more and having more. Take the time to really engage in the activity you are doing. Give it your full attention. Be present. Let it draw out and hold its own space. And then see where you can engage in that balance in life, taking pauses and breaks so that you can engage better with action when you are doing it. And in that way, you can bring a little bit of that joie de vivre into your life here in the United States. If you enjoy these talks and would like to join us for group sessions or individual coaching, you can visit us at newleafmindfulness.com. You can also find my teachings and my meditations on YouTube and Insight Timer. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you all very soon.